What the f? Liam, you were in charge of one thing, shaking the paint. This is the final product. Unfortunately, it's just on the floor.
What's going on, guys? Liam here at Two Brothers. Welcome back for another video. Appreciate you guys tuning in every week. I did promise that we were going to have some more Bronco content coming soon, and that is this video. As you guys know, a little while ago, we did pick up a Bronco for the shop, and we did some stuff to it, just kind of a temporary setup for the time being, and we've been experimenting with obviously all of the custom vehicles that we've had come in. So we know our way around the Broncos very, very well now, and we've decided with our Bronco that we wanted to do something a little bit different, and I'm pretty excited to announce that we have 40s and beadlocks for our Bronco. All right, as you guys can see, 17x9 Black Rhino beadlocks finished in a really nice, almost like brushed silver. Should look super sick. Then we have 40-inch Maxxis tires. This thing is gonna look ridiculous, which if you guys remember the video when we installed the lift, wheels, and tires on the Bronco, right now I don't think it's gonna clear these. So we are gonna be lifting it quite a bit bigger, and I'm gonna get into that in just a second. So this is a Black Rhino Rift wheel. It is a true beadlock finished in a kind of a machined silver. Looks pretty good, 17x9. And then we have these Maxxis Razor MT 40, 13, 50, 17s. Absolutely huge. Now, obviously, the setup that we had on the Bronco before was a little bit more like a street setup. We had a 22x12s, 3.5-inch lift, and I believe 35s. So it wasn't anything too crazy, but it's a little out of the ordinary for what you would expect from a Bronco. Most people that buy a Bronco want something that's very off-road oriented and looks the part of being, you know, kind of like an overland setup. And that's kind of what we're going for today, although this is pretty extreme. 40s, I think, are gonna look phenomenal on the Bronco. And we have yet to put 40s on one that's come through here. I'm sure somebody else out there has. But yeah, today we're gonna show you guys the process of putting the lift on, and then we'll bolt these up, and you guys will get to see the Bronco on 40s at the end of the video. So stay tuned.
Behind me here, you can see we got our Bronco up on the lift. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of what we're doing. This is our shop Bronco, our personal vehicle. We bought this thing primarily for kind of research and development, testing new products, testing new fitments, you know, all that stuff. We love the Bronco. These are exciting. We've had the pleasure of working on quite a few now, so that's exactly what we're doing. It's a Sasquatch package Bronco. You can see the Bilsteins hanging there. Chris and Dawson are scratching their heads, looking a little confused. Anyway, putting a 5-inch rough country lift on this guy. This lift is not advertised to work on the Sasquatch Edition Bronco. Reason being, they have the factory Bilstein lift. Geometry can kind of get thrown off with this lift. It's not designed for it, so don't go doing this to your Bronco unless you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for and you know the things that you can, you know, kind of change and modify. And we're still kind of figuring that out as we go, but it's coming along good. Everything's going smoothly. When it's all said and done, you can see we've got some zone control arms in here. Those are left over from the 3-inch lift that was on it. We're actually going to be leaving the zone control arms to help with geometry up top, caster camber. We've got our factory Bilsteins we're leaving in. Those have got like about 1.25 inch lift built into those. All said and done, this thing should be sitting around 7 inches of lift. Again, we're just kind of taking it slow, checking things out, going to make sure all of our driveline angles and everything like that look good. But yeah, got some exciting stuff planned. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, it is the next day, and as you can see, the Bronco is now on the wheels and tires. I'm not gonna show you it just yet because we do have another surprise in store for you in this video. So one thing that we've been going back and forth on for a little bit is changing the color on the vehicle. We're keeping it the same, but we're gonna do some paint match stuff. And so the rest of this video, before I show you this in its complete form, we're gonna be taking it over to our good friend Josh, and he's gonna be doing some paint match stuff on the roof and I believe the mirror caps. So we'll get to go through that whole process, something a little bit different, and then at the end of the video, I can show you this thing finished. And let me tell you right now, it looks ridiculous. I have never seen a Bronco look so big. Anyways, let's jump into that.
Hey guys, Josh Waters here. We're gonna be doing some color match on the Bronco here for Two Brothers. We're gonna take you along on the process with Liam. So here we got a little homemade booth set up, working pretty well. Got all the parts in here, door handles, mirror caps, primed, sanded smooth, prepped, ready to spray. Masking up the top pieces right now. All right, so essentially these mirror caps, along with these door handles, they will start out really textury, raw plastic like this. If you just paint over this, it will look pretty subpar in my opinion. Won't be smooth, slick finish like what's on the rest of your vehicle. So we will clean these thoroughly, apply adhesion promoter, and then prime them, let that cure out, come back, sand it smooth, and now they are ready to do a final clean and seal, base, clear, slick. So we got the tops of the Bronco right here, factory. They are pretty textury, but they paint these also just with a matte clear coat. So there was enough material there to be able to sand them smooth without priming and sanding them smooth from, you know, kind of cut out a step there. So really happy about that. We should be able to just clean these and seal them, base clear, and they'll be good. Got the Ford emblems here, already blowed apart. These things are like melted with tabs on the backside. Whole lot better to go ahead and blow them apart like this and paint them individual pieces. Got little pieces here, little trim ring here. A lot better than trying to mask that up over the chrome. Better end results. It'll pull it up here, say whatever the, you know, factory little swatch is, color chip, would be like a 78% match. It adjusted it up to a 98, which is really good. We will click that, take adjusted color to mix, yes. We'll go ahead and mix up 28 ounces, make sure it's reduced. Go ahead and we use these PPS 2.0 liners. They've got a built-in filter, pop that thing on, put a little cap on top, put it over here in the shaker. There you go. So we've got color chips here. They're great. You'll type in a paint code on the system there. It'll tell you which, you know, color chips to do. There's literally thousands of them, which are great, and they can get you in the right direction. But then, you know, a true spray out card, always better. It's got exactly what you mixed on here. Cactus gray is what we're doing today on that Ford. Gonna look good. What the f? Liam, you were in charge of one thing, shaking the paint. You win some, you lose some. So you saw what it looked like before. This is the final product. Unfortunately, it's just on the floor. I left my buddy Liam in charge, and it decided to fly off. I'm kidding. So luckily, Sherwin-Williams came down here yesterday. They want us to demo their new Sunfire Pro premium base coat. They did a camera shot of the Bronco. They did a camera shot of another vehicle as well. Brought us some paint. They want us to demo it. So we're gonna pour a little bit of this up, do a spray out, check the color, make sure it looks good. If it looks good, boom, problem solved. I think they're both very, very close. It's hard to tell. on a pastel like this, or just the top one here is the Glazert. This is the Sherwin. Over here, I almost like this one better. I feel like that one's maybe a little too light. What do you think? I would just see, especially right there at that angle, it just looks too washed out. Color of the vehicle looks a little bluer, looks a little darker. We're gonna scrap the demo. Glazert wins. Take one didn't go so well. Made a mess, got it cleaned up, but we're gonna let this thing stir up. We're gonna mix some more. So we've got all this stuff cleaned, prepped, ready to go. Did a final tack on it already, and we're gonna start off with a nice coat of sealer and go from there. We'll let that flash for 5 or 10 minutes and come back in here with some color. Alright, so pretty lengthy process a little bit, but essentially we've got 4 coats of color on here now to ensure coverage and color match. And now we're going to top it off with 2 coats of clear. Anyway, that's pretty much a wrap for today. We got this stuff coated, cleared, slicked out. Next time you see it, it'll be on the vehicle. Peace.
Dude, that looks good.
Hell yes.
Oh man,
That was much needed.
dude, that looks so good.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
that's it.
All right, guys, so obviously here's the completed product of the Bronco. Down here at our buddy's shop, just got done with the paint match stuff. First look at it, absolutely love this thing, turned out great. They met all of our expectations and went above and beyond picking this thing up and just taking care of it for us. But yeah, just a quick recap on the Bronco. So this is a 2022 Wildtrak. We did the 5-inch rough country suspension. It's advertised that it does not work with Sasquatch equipped Broncos. This does have the Sasquatch suspension still on it. So, you know, this is kind of a, like I mentioned before, do at your own risk. We're not really advising it. This is our Bronco, doing it for test purposes and kind of seeing how everything works. But turned out awesome. I've got this thing setting really closer to about 7 inches by the time it's all said and done. We've got the Sasquatch suspension retained on there, which is 1.25 inches. We also use some other components to add about 3/4 inch to 1 inch. 40-inch tires. These are the Maxxis Razor MT 40 1350 17. These are true Beadlocks from Black Rhino. This is a new one of theirs, I believe. The Rift. These are 17x9, if I remember correctly. True Beadlocks, milled and polished. Awesome looking wheel. Very detailed. Really like that wheel. I think it complements the build really nice. We do have a rear bumper coming for the Bronco. Like I mentioned, it kind of got pushed back a little bit, but be getting that wrapped up here soon. And yeah, I just want to give, again, a big shout out to Josh and Brian. Hey Josh. First class paint. Josh is a buddy of ours. We've known him for a long time. Really want to thank him again for, again, going above and beyond on this thing. We use Josh for a lot of paint work and have for years, and we value his partnership. You guys knocked it out. You killed it for sure. We appreciate you. Glad to have you on board with us. We went over what all we paint matched. Yeah, so top, handles, mirror caps, Ford emblem. Didn't want to do everything on the vehicle. We wanted to keep it, a little bit of a off-road look. I think we nailed it, man. This looks killer.
Not too much, not too little.
We've got rock lights on it. With the rock lights, it's going to look awesome at nighttime. And yeah, thanks for letting us use y'all's place here as well, dude. This is perfect setting to show it off and go over everything, get some good pictures and all that. But yeah, that pretty well sums it up, guys. We appreciate you watching as always. Hope you like seeing a Bronco on 40s. I know there's a few of them floating around, not too many. We're excited to put some miles on this thing, do some, maybe some other stuff to it here soon. And if you got any questions, anything like that, as always, hit us up. Give us a call, 423-790-7447. And yeah, tune in next week for another video. Peace.